All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back for the round 3 of the Crafters Cup. Hope everyone's been doing well. Hope everyone enjoyed the new league announcements. I wanted to leave a couple days in between these the round 2 voting and the round 3 voting, so that everyone could check out the new league announcement, get some ideas brewing there, and wanted to make sure that people had ample time to enjoy that stuff rather than trying to inject the next round without giving due consideration for that. But with that being said, we are now down to the round of 32. So we started off with 72 competitors. The first round narrowed that down to 64. We just had 3 randomized competitions. Following that, we had a round of 64. The winners were announced there. You can see the Crafters Cup voting. Winners were announced. And we are now down to the round of 32, which means after this, we'll be down to 16. Which will be the quarterfinals. So we're getting close down to the edge, guys. So since all of the items that I've mentioned here already, gentlemen, will have been covered in the previous video already, I'm not going to read through the item information. I'm just going to show you the 2 items that you can vote for. And I will leave a link in the description below this video, linking to the Discord, linking to the Crafters Cup overall tree, and to the previous videos explaining the competition and the first round of voting, etc. To vote for the Crafters Cup, similar to last rounds, but in case your first time is here, you'll join the Discord, come to the Crafters Cup round 3, and you'll see the items that we list in this video, and you'll have the item information. So it'll say item A, owner, Shadow Walker, item B, Grincy, and then down here, you'll see item A and item B as reactions. So item A obviously being the first one, item B being the second. If you'd like to vote for the first item, you just react to A. And if you want to vote for the second item, you just react to B. And whichever one after the designated voting hour time has the higher amount of votes will proceed to the next round. So with that being said, let's jump into it here, guys. So again, in our first round here, we have Shadow Walker versus Grincy. Shadow Walker has the Doombrow Lion Pelt, RMR, reduced mana cost of attacks, the Perfectly Fractured rarity, life, rarity, and RMR, and the Fizz taken as fire, recently removed from the game largely. Next up, we have Grincy's Wrathrend Reaver Axe. We've got the High Fizz, Fizz dot multi, and Cull and attack speed. So there's round 1, guys. The next competition, we've got Master Abdo versus the Tank. Master Abdo rocking the Crucible Tree Emperor's Vigilance here. 2200 armor, 1000 ES. That's certainly going to get quite a bit higher too now with the new announced changes to the multipliers with quality. Next up, we have the Torment Spear Spike Point Arrow Quiver, +1 arrow corrupted onto that, double corrupted actually with the Fire Leech, and the +1 arrow. This is the Shaper, so this is before +1 arrow would have become a suffix and a natural mod, so pretty cool there. All right, for our third head-to-head, we've got PTK versus I Love Corn. PTK has got the triple implicit with the corrupted Vol implicit taking over the Gilded Fossil, and then the double Eldritch with the quadruple Fracture. All tier 1 there, and some legacy suppression. Very nice pair of gloves, the Abyssal Socket. And then I Love Corn. He's got the Hate Pile Eclipse Staff with a high amount of flat lightning, attack speed, double damage, multi-mod, peacock, and spell damage. For the next head-to-head, we've got XTC versus Mondrich. XTC has got the 30 move speed with 12 move speed if you've been hit recently, with the Abyssal Socket, which most likely has the move speed Abyss gem in it, or a jewel rather. And then on the Eldritch, he's got move speed and action speed. Those are some zoom boots. And he's up against, we've got double Frenzy Charge Conjurer Gloves with max life, tier 1 attack speed, Vol Strike, 2 nearby enemies, the elevated Frenzy Charge there, and multi-mod with Leeching and Dex and Int. Next up for our head-to-head, we've got Anton versus Randolphus. Anton has got the Mahori Urki Karui Maul here with a near perfect Crucible Tree, it looks like. Look at all that flat damage. That's definitely going to benefit from the new quality changes. and he's up against 7% strength synth, 7% intelligence synth, and Tier 1 Crit Multi-Synth. With that, he's got Tier 1 Flat ES, Tier 1 Mana, T1 Chaos Res. He's got Essence Intelligence perfectly rolled, and Tier 1 Strength perfectly rolled, and then Benchcraft with Life and Mana Regen. After that, we've got Oleg, Danjon Oleg, and Airborne Stone Ranger. Danjon Oleg has got the Frenzy Charge Crucible Shield here. We've got the T1 Suppression, Flat Damage, Cold as Extra Chaos, Life, double Frenzy Charge with the Crucible Tree, Retaliation, very nice shield there, and some double Suppression as well. Very cool. And that's going up against the Ghoul Halo Hubris Circlet. The Ghoul Halo Hubris Circlet has got +2 AoE, +2 Proj, Elevated Conk Effect, Elevated Hypothermia, 30% more elemental damage. Socketed spells have 4 to crit chance, and it's got the enchant for Cremation, can have 1 additional geyser at a time. All right, the next competition, we got Asanoa versus Purple Chakra. Asanoa with the Phoenix Veil Golden Mantle, the base type that you get from Corrupting Demigods. We got the Tier 1 Life on there, Tier 1 Chaos Res, Power Charge on crit, +1 Curse, Elevated Attack base crit, and the Legacy Explode. Very cool. That's going up against the Raft Grisp Unset Ring. Raft Grisp Unset Ring here has got the 4% Dex and 7% Int, as well as the +1 socket that comes from the Unset Ring. He's got Fractured T1 Life, 52 Strength, 60 Dex, 62 Int, T1 Rarity, and then Mana with Mana Recoup. Very nice. Next head-to-head here we've got is Volkov and Twin Turbo. Volkov has got the Spirit Cry Cumulator Wand. Gain 2 Endurance Frenzy or Power Charges every 6 seconds. He's got the Fractured Spell Skill Gems with Fractured Fizz Skill Gems. T1 Fracture of Crit Chance. On top of that, he's got Spell Damage with Chaos is Extra, Non-Chaos is Extra, T1 Caspian, T1 Multi. Very cool wand. And that is going up against the... we've got the 7% Int Synthesis, the T2 Crit Multi Synthesis, the Frenzy Charge Synthesis, then a Gilded Fossil would have been used, which would have been corrupted with locks into Hatred, has 17% aura effect. Very cool here. On top of that, he's got T1 Dex, T1 Int, Essence Crit Multi, the June mod Life with Mana Regen, T1 EDWA, and -7. Very cool ring. All right, up after that, we've got JSEC and Zbest, 87. So JSEC has got the Damnation Song Synthesized Ritual Scepter. We got Synthesis ×3 with Explode, Fire Damage, and Spell Damage. And then for the explicits, he's got T1 Fire Dot Multi, 40% burning damage, 109 fire damage, and then +2 to fire spell skills. All right, the next competition head-to-head, we've got Anton Aqua versus Kiwi. Anton Aqua has got the +2 to all spell skills, +2 to level of all skill gems, 57% increased aura effect, 48% reduced mana regen, and -86 max ES, and that is on the older version of Simplex. So this would have been done in Lake of Kalandra League. The big thing there being the +2 and nearly 60% aura effect. Very cool. And that is going up against Plague Spark Goliath Greaves, where we've got the June move speed with Onslaught on Kill. Then we've got the Gain Elusive on Critical Strike from Redeemer, the Effective Non-Damaging Ailments from Redeemer, and Tailwind from Hunter mod, along with Benchcrafted Life. The next head-to-head we have is Brainwashing versus Pajero. Brainwashing has got Fractured Cast Speed, Fractured Mana per 2 Intelligence, +2 AoE with 10% area of effect, T1 Int, 12% Int, and 18% Mana. That would have been made this league in Necropolis. And that's going up against the 2 Implicit Synthesized Belt with T1 Int percent evasion rating. And then this has also got, wow, look at that, Strength and Int, Dex and Int, and 69 Intelligence. So that's the double natural June mod and the Essence Intelligence on there. That's a whole lot of intelligence. Along with that, he's got Flat Evasion, Flat ES, and EDWA. The next contest between White Lard and Spooksy. White Lard has got the Apocalypse Star Vol Mask where we've got nearby enemies have malediction and skill effect duration increase. This would have been from the ultimatum helmet being corrupted and turned into that. He's also got the enchant of Herald of Purity with reduced reduced reservation. And then for his explicits, he's got +3 minion gems. Socketed gems are supported by 18 minion damage, 30% more elemental damage, +3 to critical strike base, T1 life, 14 suppression, and minions deal 22 damage. Very cool. Very cool recombinator outcome there. And that's going up against Elevated Conk Effect. The Honor Salvation Hubris Circlet, which has Elevated Conk Effect, Elevated Trap and Mind Damage, Elevated Hypothermia. Socketed gems deal 30% more elemental damage, 35% increased mind damage, 5 to maximum ES, maximum life with mana regen, area damage, and effective cold ailments. And he's also got the Hinakora's Lock purple glow on there. All right. Down to our last couple of head-to-heads here. All right, we've got Indeed versus Seven of Diamonds. We got Indeed with the quadruple anointed, triple fractured Onyx Amulet, which would have been recombinated together after using that from the Blight Amulet, the unique one, turning that rare, and then using recombinators and some Legacy Amulets here. So he's got Legacy Global Crit Multi, 84. Then he's got the Legacy Atsuwado Life on there, so 79 life with 5% mass life. He's got the Legacy Quantity, which is now, I suppose, double Legacy since Quantity's been removed from items in the game. He's got 21 to all attributes, 5 to 72 lightning damage to attacks, and then T1 elemental damage with attack scales. And then the anointments are Sovereignty, Discipline and Trading, Forces of Nature, and Assassination. That's going up against the Honor Fist Imperial Claw, which has got Socketed Gems supported by 20 faster attacks, 18 crit damage, 20 elemental damage with attacks. Socketed skills deal 40% more attack damage. Attacks with this weapon deal penetrate 16 of elemental resistances. Bench crafted June strength int with crit. And then he's got a Crucible tree there with flat lightning added. Allocates Claws of the Falcon, reduced attack speed, increased effective shock, and increased effective shock on you. All right, next up we got Stewo's versus Worst Days. Stewo's has got the double frenzy charge spike gloves with 35% fizz converted to cold damage, +2 to non-vol strike skills, T1 chaos res, aspect of the cat, bench crafted attack speed, and he's also got 20% melee damage, which is the base implicit on these spike gloves. So that would have been the gilded fossil there that frenzy charge replaced. That's going up against Demon Halo Hubris Circlet, which has got the Discipline has increased mana reservation efficiency and chant, damage per power charge, and RMR Eldritch implicit. And then it's got Fractured 22 Suppression, which is Legacy. Then he's also got the Mana and RMR Fracture as well, which is also a Legacy mod. And then he's got T1 Fire Res Fractured, and he's got Fizz taken from hits 10% Fractured. And then he's also got T1 ES percent, and then the Essence RMR. It's a very cool helmet there. All right, the next competition, Irielar versus Yukok. Irielar has got Plague Sever Jeweled Foil, which has Socketed Gems supported by 20 increased crit strikes, 20 ruthless, 20 faster attacks, 20 crit damage, 20 elemental damage with attacks, and Socketed skills deal 40% more attack damage. That's got a Crucible tree too with Energy Leech, adds 1 to 5 cold flat damage to attacks, increased attack speed, chance to inflict withered, 25% chance to be withered for 2 seconds when you take chaos damage from a hit, and Tectonic Slam and Infernal Blow Crucible tree there. Very cool. And that is up against the Sorrowfish Fishing Rod, which has a bunch of fishing mods and a fishing crucible tree, none of which I'm qualified to speak to. Obviously, all of fishing is just kind of a giant meme, but still to have the crucible tree there, pretty neat. And then our very last head-to-head here, so the 16 out of 16th competition for this round is Demental versus Overlane. Demental has the Soul Star Nightmare Mace, which has +1 to Socketed Gems, dot multi, fire dot multi, 3% AoE per strength, +2 support, and then fire with chance to ignite. The Crucible tree on this has 4% increased attributes, 6% increased strength, 6% increased intelligence, 16% increased global damage. Eternal Youth and Shield Charge and Chain Hook have 2% attack speed per rampage kills. And that is going up against Reef Bane, the unique fishing rod with a Crucible tree. The Crucible tree, fishing line strength, quantity of stuff caught, chance to catch a divine orb. Fish caught with this rod will always tell you the truth. A Gaslight Fisherman always appears behind you. And that is the last of the competitions here. So to keep the video a little bit shorter this time, just so it'll be maybe a bit more accessible, guys, I didn't read through the descriptions here, but if this is your first time watching one of these guys, you'll notice when you come to the voting page, it'll say the details for each one. If you click that, it'll tell you all of the information that was asked in the initial questionnaire, which will talk about how the item was obtained, how it was crafted, when it was crafted, why the item was important to that player, what build it was used for, and any additional details they want to include. So if you're curious about how any of these were crafted or how they were obtained, how much they cost, stuff like that, be sure to check through and read those as well. For those of you that are still in the competition, good luck in this round of voting. Be sure, guys, to leave a like, comment on the video, maybe share it to your community section or whatever. Again, all of the ad revenue, all of the money generated by these videos in the Crafters Cup will be going to the winner of the competition. So the better the video does, the more you guys stand to earn. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the new league announcement. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the next round of submissions here. And again, for those of you still in it, best of luck, and we'll see you in round 4 for the round of 16. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you soon.